Hey guys, and welcome back to Kissed by Lala. I'm Lauren, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do this bright purple and pink look. So, let's get right into the video. So I basically started out with both of my eyebrows already done and one eye already done, so you guys can see the finishing product compared to the starting product. I'm using my eyeshadow base, and the base that I'm using is called High Definition Eyeshadow Base, and it's by NYX. I'm using my beauty blender just to further blend that in. Next, I'm going in with my Camouflage Palette, and I'm using the color Warm Honey on my eyelid, and I'm blending that in with my beauty blender as well. Now I'm going in with my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm using the color Raw Sienna as my transition color. It's more of a nudish type tone, so it has many nude colors in there. Whichever one is closest to your skin tone, that's the one I would use. Now I'm going in with Buon Fresco, and I'm putting that on the outer part of my eye. On the inner part of my eye, I'm going to put Love Letter. And then from like the beginning of my eye to like halfway of Love Letter, I'm going to put Burnt Orange, just so that makes Love Letter one different color, Burnt Orange a different color, and Buon Fresco a different color. It makes it lighter. So now I'm going back in with my Camouflage palette, and I'm using the color Light Ivory as another eyeshadow base, but just so the next color will stick to it. So now I'm using the color Vermeer, and I'm putting that like on my eyelid. I would say halfway, but it's more than halfway. Next, I'm going in with my Naked palette, and I'm using the color Sin. I'm putting that on top of Vermeer, just so you can get more of a better outcome. It's more of a shiny type thing. The pigments are better. I really love this color. I'm going to do another video using one of my other go-to looks, so stay tuned. And now I'm just blending that in using Love Letter again, and I'm blending all the colors together. Now I'm going in with an eyeshadow that I have from Mary Kay. It's called Sweet Plum, and I'm using that on the outer part of my eye, on top of Buon Fresco, and I'm kind of smoking it out with like a purple. And just make sure everything that you do to one side, you're doing to the other side. So they're both equal, they'll both look the same. And now I'm just going back in with Raw Sienna, and I'm blending the colors at the top of my eyes together, so it doesn't look so harsh. So next I'm going in with my e.l.f. eyeliner, and it's in the color Jet Black. It's a liquid eyeliner. Sometimes it's messy, so you just have to be very careful with your lines. Still perfecting that line. Now just know that the lines, they don't have to be perfect, because I'm going to go back in with my Pro Concealer to clean that line up. So don't stress yourself out too much when you're actually doing it, because you can always clean up the bottom line with your concealer. So now I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer, like I said, to clean up that line. And any stray marks that you may have from the eyeliner, any leftover residue, that's what you're going to clean up. You're just going to make it a perfect line. And it's so much easier just to clean up the line afterwards. Now I'm using my finishing spray by Mary Kay. I'm just spraying my face just to make it moist for my next step. So next I'm going to use my Mary Kay facial primer, and it's actually called the foundation primer, but yeah, it's a facial primer. I'm putting that all over my face, and I'm rubbing that in with my hands, but if you need to further blend that in, I use a beauty blender too, just to make sure that it's all in there. Now I'm using my color corrector. It's an orange color corrector, and I'm using that underneath my eyes because that's where I have the majority of my dark marks. So I sprayed my beauty blender, and I'm going to blend that in underneath my eyes. And don't worry if it's too orange because you're going to cover it up with your foundation, so it'll be okay. Now I'm using my Mary Kay foundation, and I use the color Bronze 1. I'm applying that to my already damp beauty blender, and I'm just applying that to my face over the areas which I just corrected with the orange color corrector too. So all over. And make sure that you get in the creases of your eyes and everything else, because if you don't, you'll see that that's two different colors. So just make sure that everything's well blended in. And also for my eyebrows, I used my concealer, so it's a lighter color than my foundation was, so I'm making sure that I blend both of those in really good, just so you can't see like two different colors. And like you guys know, I like full coverage, so I apply a good amount of foundation just to make sure that everything is the same color and you can't really see any of my dark marks or any of my, what is that called? Okay, yeah, dark marks. So now I'm going back in with my Camouflage palette, and I'm using the color Cool Tan as my highlighter underneath my eyes. This Camouflage palette is like really good because the type of makeup that it is, you don't need a lot of it in order to put on your face in order for it to cover any of your dark marks or anything. Like I have a pimple or a leftover mark from my pimple. I didn't need a lot of it to cover up that. Like it, with one little drop of it, it covered it all up. So I'm putting that underneath my eyes, on the side of my cheek, under where I contour at, on my chin, the top of my forehead, and down the middle of my nose. And also above my lip. So now I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Powder, and I'm applying that underneath where I just highlighted, but only underneath my eye, really. Because once you wipe that off, it's used as a baking powder, so once you wipe that off, it'll be really good. I don't usually apply that on like the part that I just highlighted underneath my cheek, only because like when I leave that on too long, I'll look really pale. So yeah. So now I'm going in with my contour palette, and it's the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette, and I'm using the color Hollow for my contour. Make sure that you just blend that in really well. If you're a beginner, you might want to start with just the line going down where you contour at. But now I'm kind of like used to it, so I know where to apply it at. But if it's easier for you to just do the line and then blend that in, that's what I would do. Next, I go in with my Sacha Buttercup, and that's what I just blend in underneath my contour, just to blend everything in. I said just twice, I'm sorry. I'm kind of covering up my face, but I'm just doing the same thing, and I'm wiping off the excess powder from my LA Girl Pro Powder. Just make sure that's all blended in. And if you need to, like I did, I added more contour to it because I like a good contour. So next I'm going in with my blush, and I'm using Bold Berry by Mary Kay. I'm applying that over my contour, like on top, not actually over your contour. And as you can see, it just adds a little pop to my face. Don't use too much. You only need a little goes a long way. That's what I always tell you guys. So now I'm going in with my LA Girl Strobe Light Frozen Powder, and I use 20 watt first on my face. I'm putting that over my blush just to add an extra shimmer to it. I'm applying that to both sides of my face. And now I'm contouring my nose using Hollow once again, but I'm just drawing a line down my nose. And I'm blending that in with my Beauty Blender. So now I'm using my other LA Girl Strobe Light Frozen Powder, and I'm using 80 watt on top of 20 watt, because that just makes it 10 times better. You guys know I love highlights, so I don't even need to say it, because I say it in every video. Using that same color, Hollow, and I'm applying that to where my hairline is, just to blend my concealer and my foundation in with my contour. And I'm also applying that to my jawbone area. My jawline, my bad. I'm just making sure that everything is blended in. And I'm applying 90 watt to the bottom of my nose, to the middle of my nose. And I'm using my black eyeliner by Mary Kay. I'm putting that on my lower line. Now I'm going in with my mascara that I use by Almay, and it's in the color black or Noir. It's the same thing. I'm applying it to my lashes, and I'm going to use my eyelash crimper just to make sure that my eyes are ready for my falsies. The lashes that I use are by Kiss, and also the lash glue that I'm using is by Kiss. I know you guys see like those stray hairs that are just sticking out from the back of my head. I'm so sorry, we're just gonna pretend like that's not there. I didn't realize till the video was over, so. And what I'm doing right now is I'm applying the glue to the first lash, then I'm letting that sit, And then I'm going to my second lash, applying that glue there and letting that one sit. Then the first lash, since it's dried already a little bit, I'm going to apply that one to my eye first. And just make sure that those lashes are on there really good. And I didn't do it in this video, but make sure to press those together so it looks like one lash. Now what I'm using is Sweet Plum. Once again, it's by Mary Kay. It's the same thing that I smoked the outer part of it with, the outer part of my eye with. And I'm putting that underneath where my eyeliner is, just to smoke out my bottom line. Now I'm going in with my Kiss eyeliner, and I'm using that as a lip liner, which it still works. It's brown, it's called dark brown, it's in dark brown. So now I'm going in with my MAC lipstick, and it's called Media. I love this lipstick so much. MAC is not the cheapest place. However, this lipstick gives me life. So, I'm fine if this is the only MAC lipstick I will ever have. And that color really blends in well with that eyeliner that I'm using because it's all purple. It just all looks really good together. And I'm just cleaning up my line with my concealer, just to make sure that that line is even and it's one line, it's not bumpy. And I'm applying more lipstick if I need it, only if you need it. I found that if you apply a lot of lipstick, it's most likely to rub off on your teeth, and you don't want it on your teeth because that's not cute either. So now I'm going in with 90 Watt by LA Girl. It's that same LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder. I'm putting that in my tear duct area and on my brow bone because you guys know I'm extra. You should know that by this time. It's like my 5th video. And I'm just finishing off that look with my finishing spray by Mary Kay. And your girl is running out once again. I will get more from my mother. And letting that dry on its own.